Hello, I'm Dr. Tom, and I'd like to welcome you to this Friday's update. And what a week it has been. For those of you that joined us, actually the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you, the largest number we've had in a couple of years, on a phone call for our Super Bowl success call that we did this past Sunday. Now, understanding the number of people that were on that call and the number of people that they have spoken to since then, because yes, I have received a number of phone calls, a number of emails, a number of texts from people I haven't heard from in Gen in literally years, are saying, what's the buzz? What's the deal? Is this the time? And of course, my answer to that is, I would say yes, but it's really up to you. It has to be the right time for you. My suggestion is, you consider why you were ever in Gen, or you consider who you invited into Gen. What was the why? Because the why is the driving force behind this. That period of self-improvement, that ability to interact with other people, that high-tech, high-touch aspect of what we do inside the Global Information Network remains. And as a matter of fact, it's stronger than ever. And I'm going to read you some testimonials from what happened when we were just in Cabo that will, well, it should motivate you. It will show you the power of your club. I will tell you that Blaine and I and Lee were all on this call, and we talked about some updates. And I would encourage you, there's a button below that you can click on to listen to this call. It's less than an hour long, I think 45 minutes. And my suggestion is you listen to the call. If you were on the call, listen to it again, because there was a tremendous amount of information there. And the way your brain works is that when you hear something new or you're trying to process it, you might miss something that was said next. And I'm telling you that spaced repetition and learning how to listen, how to incorporate it into your very being, you'll get more out of the call. And it was a very powerful call, and we've had a great response from that. And people are reactivating. It's amazing. The ability for people to reach out to people who were either previously in Gen or still in Gen and talk about the relationships that they built. And so my suggestion to you is, if you had people formerly in Gen, or if you are one of those people, get back in now, because others are going to be reaching out to people because they met them as well at Gen events. And people are excited. People see the vision. People see where we're going, and I'm going to touch on that in just a moment. So there is a reason for my suggestion to you. I will tell you that the upgrade excitement that we had in Cabo was unprecedented. We set a record for a number of upgrades, and part of that is related to what I'm going to talk about next. The reason for those record number of upgrades is people desiring to move up to a level 7 by a specific date. And the reason for that is that the people that do that and accomplish that by December 31st, 2021 will absolutely receive level 8 for free. So there is a huge, and it will be taught, it will be the teachings, it will be taught by KT. So there are reasons for that. And a couple of people have said, well, what about the integrity of the system? And trust me, we're going to work on the integrity of the system. When people do multiple upgrades, they're not given all that information at once. The way it works is you go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to level 4, and you're not given access to those upper levels until you prove that until you pass those requirements. You can't go to level 6 without taking a level 5 test. And we will make arrangements for you to be able to do all of those things. Don't worry about the how. This is about the why. Why do you want to do this? What is your reason? What is your purpose? What's the why for why you're involved? In order to receive that level 8, that gift from KT, absolutely at no charge, there are just two simple requirements. Number one, you have to be a Gen member by December 31st of this year, 2020. And you have to maintain your dues until level 8 is produced, your monthly fee. And the second thing is you have to be a level 7 by December 31st of 2021. So you have nearly 2 years to get this accomplished. And we will work with, there are ways in which we have it mapped out for you to be able to do this, maintain the integrity of the system, because that's important to us. It's important to Blaine, it's important to Dr. Ted, it's important to me, it's important to Lee, it's important to the leadership of this club and the upper level members of this club that we do that. I will tell you that, at the end of every event, we pass out a sheet of paper to give some testimonials, and we ask 2 questions. What'd you like and what'd you learn? And every time, we always copy this for each of us, and we always get a file full of these testimonials. And I'd like to touch on just a couple of those with you today because they hit on specific points that I think are critically important for you understanding the benefit of gin and what gin can do to begin to change and enhance lives. I liked how each speaker had a unique message to share. I learned how to be myself and express my gift to the world in the gin world. You see, to be able to express myself to the world, to learn who you are, what a great, valuable lesson. What an amazing thing. What I liked and what I learned. This event is my favorite event. I went to Punta Cana and to Denver. And this event is the event where I made more decisive decisions for my life. I really love the speaking about basic concepts and about the material we have in the Success Mastery course. And believe me, we're going to do more and more of that training at our upcoming events. When we hit Las Vegas, be ready for more and more training. I love to learn about leadership and about the depth of all the interventions. My favorites were Brian Dodge and Dr. Ted and Tom Ward. Thank you for this event. What I learned, I have the power within me. And what I liked is that I have the power within me and I can unlock it. See, what a great realization. Not only that you have the power within you, but that you can do something about it. I liked Ed Foreman's presentation the best. He always has so much energy, which he shares with the members of GIN. I learned that I have to take specific action steps to achieve my goals. Of course you do. What a brilliant realization. To break it down into the fundamentals. That's why we talk about it. And people say, well, you keep talking about the basics and the fundamentals. That's because everything is related to the basics and the fundamentals. What I liked the most? Mostly everything. The leadership training was really awesome. Bruno's presentation was enlightening. Yes, it was. You've heard me talk about it here. We talked about it on the call. Bruno, kudos once again. What he learned about talking to others about gin is I don't sell anything. I turn an objection into a question. It was a technique that Bruno talked about that was a life-changing for many. What'd you like the most? Brian Dodge. Simple, succinct, straight to the point. What'd you learn? To assign an accountability partner to set 2020 goals and to tap into the resources on the website. And believe me, there will be more and more and more and more and more and more information available to you on this website. Go there. We are putting more training in, we're moving forward with the website. I like the stage being used by GIN members to teach us. I learned to build myself from the ground up with using the system of GIN. You know, there has to be a system, and the system works. The system is proven. It will change your life. The cognitions and realizations that my teachability index can be low and how important it is to always have a high teachability index. Boy, that is a classic lesson. If you don't learn anything else in the early stages of GIN, understand the concept of the teachability index. Because it will change your life. It will change your outlook. It'll change how you converse and respond and react to people all over the planet. And how spaced repetition is so important to ingrain the GIN's basics at the DNA level and beyond. Continually mastering my punch to release the enormous power inside of me that I've always known was there, even as a child. You see, that's the beauty of GIN. That's the beauty of the dream. Once you have those dreams, they're stored inside of you. It's just a matter of pushing the right buttons, listening to the right people, surrounding yourself with the right people, reading the right materials, listening to the right audios, going to the right events. When you get people inside that sphere of your energy ball, to be the Jedi Master I was meant to be. Congratulations. I finished my level 7 training in Punta Cana, but it really came together here at this event. I felt myself, listen to this, I felt myself opening up as never before. I felt myself reaching out to others as never before. Instead of me feeling as though I wasn't enough, I was reaching out to other members and helping them. I'm grateful for GIN, my GIN brothers and sisters, the GIN staff and leaders. I loved all the Kevin talk, and KT, thanks for my level 8. It was my first event, and it was fantastic. All the speakers were very interesting. I'm very grateful. I come from France, and it was super to have translation of all the conference. I more understand the power of relationships, and to meet people from gym members, I'm very grateful for all the people that I met. I make a lot of decisions, and I'm waiting for my next event with a lot of joy. You see, people came from France, people came from Germany, we did a recognition on Friday night for all the countries that were listed, and it was amazing to listen to. From all over the world, coming together, spending time. And finally, for today, we still have a huge stack, but we'll just go through this one. The venue and hotel was amazing. It was exquisite, and I'm still positively speechless from my first impression. The speakers, every single speaker was awe-inspiring. I loved and learned so much from these beautiful people. The food was good. The location, now I've been to Mexico. You see, this is why, for those of you that are brand new, one of the early pieces of information we share with you is get a passport. You never know where the next event's going to be. Get a passport. Travel. Spend time in other cultures. We have some upcoming events in France in March. And for those of you overseas, Josh Novi's doing a program outside of Chicago. Check the website for them. Be ready to travel. See other cultures. Learn, listen, observe. All the new people I met, let's face it, we kick ass in gin. The person I became by attending, I am a better man, more listening and learning. Thank you sincerely. What I learned was how to behave if I want my dreams to come true. How to behave if I want my dreams to come true. My gut intuition was right about coming here. This is truly the best decision I've ever made. From a new member, first-time attendee, the best decision they ever made. You see, that's what happens at these major events. We keep talking about it, and if you've not yet been to one, it's hard to describe. It's hard to describe a feeling that alters your DNA. It changes who you are. It changes the way you feel and react, and you're understanding the depth that is possible for you inside the Global Information Network. It's why when we talk about the sponsor 3 on the call, had no one have sponsored these people that this was their first event, they never would have been in gin, and they never would have had a life-changing experience spending it with you in a foreign country, because someone invited them. Someone sponsored them into the club. Next week, we will get to lesson 12. Of course, that's on physical magnetism, coming from that Power of Success book. I promise. It's just these things, make sure you tune in to the Member Development Series. When opportunity knocks, these opportunities are knocking for you right now. It's important that we slot them in and get this communication out to you. I will be going to that physical magnetism next week. Take control of your life and perfect your vision in 2020. I'm Dr. Tom. Have a spectacular week.